bring these a little bit closer. Come a little close. Let's see, my light seems a little bright. Ooh. 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 I like this one, but I think it's the next one. I like that one. Okay. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. What's up, Big Houston 76? I like that. Big Houston. Hey. What y'all doing? What y'all doing? Lord Jesus, why I put the book? I had the book, I promise. I just had the book. We're gonna read. Here it is. Chapter 7 of Asking It Is Given. For some reason I had this trucking guru course over here, this dispatcher guide. I don't know if I'm gonna flip through that too. And I need to tighten up my locks. Which I'm just I'm loving the lock journey so far. So y'all can see what it look like. This is where I'm at right now. It's coming. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So it's a journey. Hey, Mr. Cobb. Hey, AW. Hey, over here on YouTube. See, y'all, this is what I look like with no filters, no makeup. I have on no filter, no makeup. This is what I look like. What's up, Ontario Drake? Is that Ontario Drake? Okay, we're gonna go on to chapter 7. I am entering into phase 5 of 30 Days to Impact. And when I tell you, it is definitely going very good. I'm trying to connect with my audience. What's up, Ragman? I'm trying to connect with my audience. To kind of let y'all know who I am, what I do. But I also be up here on these TikTok battles. You know what I'm saying? I'm a D1 college, TikTok college student. So I'm trying to get into the C League. I'm currently into the D League. But I am going through Asking It Is Given. This is Learning to Manifest Your Desires by Jerry and Esther Hicks. And it's about the teachings of Abraham. If you all do not know, I am Coach TOT. I am a manifestation coach. And I believe that you can script and live the life that you desire here on earth. It is not that you're supposed to suffer through on earth and wait to get these earthly blessings and things you desire once you make it to heaven. Like, no, child. Ain't nobody got time for that. Like, people are starting to realize that they've been raised on a lot of lies. Now, I read chapter 6 to myself because I'm not going to read everything on here. If you want to read the book, I recommend you go ahead and order you one. I don't even have a link to drop for you. I'm not getting paid for none of this. This is me simply sharing my life journey of 30 Days to Impact. So when y'all see me at the top, I want y'all to be able to say, I remember when, okay? Because there ain't nothing like a good I remember when. Hey, Chrissy. Hey, Bachani. Oh, blessings, mwah, blessings to you. Thank you, thank you. I'm trying to get a good schedule together over here on YouTube. And I'm so appreciative of you guys over here. But as always, you know, the replay is always available on YouTube. On TikTok, y'all don't get the replays. So if y'all don't catch it, y'all got to go over to YouTube. So we're going to go ahead and jump into chapter 7. Which chapter 7 is about you are standing on the leading edge of thoughts. So if you do not know it, your thought, your consciousness helps you manifest the life that you desire. Your consciousness determines your reality, and a lot of people don't think that. So one of the laws of the universe is the law of correspondence, which says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So however you think and view and visualize yourself and visualize your life, those are the things that you will start to see before you in your earthly realm. So you're basically pulling out of the spirit realm into the natural realm the things that you desire. Oh, when I look over here on, this is the differences, right? When I look over here on TikTok, I don't have on a filter, but TikTok does have where I can do some little razzle dazzle, right? That's what I like about TikTok. But when I look over here on YouTube, like, y'all see how I really look. And I'm like, I need some makeup. I need some makeup. Oh, thank you, Christy. And Christy telling me I'm gorgeous over there. And I'll be like, oh, tell me I'm pretty and send me gifts. So that's what I need to start visualizing. So we're going to go in. As you all know, I will do the reading, but I will also be giving things to you as it relates to my life, things that I need to do, things that I'm realizing, and hopefully you can then take that same knowledge and examples and apply it to your life so you can elevate with me, right? Because this is all about elevation. Like, ain't nobody trying to be stagnant. Ain't nobody got time for that, right? I'm trying to buy a Bentley, baby, and I'm like, I gotta manifest the Bentley. I gotta manifest the mansion, because it's like I've hit all my goals, and I'm like, okay, so what's left? I'm over half century in age, and I have to figure out what I want to do next. Hey, John Doe. So let's go ahead and we start out with our deep breaths, because that's how I relax. Because when I first come in on live and just on social media, I have social anxiety. Okay, now my therapist ain't never told me nothing about this until our last session, and he gave me some challenges to get more male friends, and I'm like, okay, Dr. V. So I have made more male friends, and in the making, I think I found somebody I like, and I'm like, ooh, what's that going to look like? Because it's very rarely that I find people that are energetically inclined and on the same energetic field that I am on of the male counterparts. And now I'm like, I might have to trick on him a little bit. I don't know. We gonna see. So I start off by taking my deep breaths, because that helps to relax and calm me. And if you're on the live, if you can go ahead and join in with me, taking deep breaths. And that's me allowing you into my experience, and you're also allowing me into your experience. I'm allowing you into my energy field, and you are allowing me into your energetic field, because the goal is for us to go through this reading, get these teachings, apply them to our life, and elevate together. Okay? So let's go. We're going to do 3 deep breaths. If by chance we need another one, you'll hear me say one more. So you want to breathe in through your nose, hold it for as long as you can, and then exhale through your mouth. And your mouth is closed when you're breathing in through your nose. You're breathing in everything that you need. And breathing out all that no longer serves you. And one more, breathe it in all that you need. And breathing out all that no longer serves you. Thank you all. Welcome to today's reading of Ask and It Is Given, Learning to Manifest Your Desires by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And this is going to go over the teachings of Abraham. Thank you, John. KVS6263. Baby, this is not religion. This is spirituality. So let me go ahead and break this down for everybody. I am not a religious person. I am spiritual. Spiritual means that you're listening to your inner being tell you, lead and guide you on your life path. Now, if my inner being tells me to go and slap the shit out of somebody, I'm going to question that, because how is that supposed to help me? So I'm going to question that voice. And a lot of people, when they hear the voices from their inner being, they're not sure which one to listen to. So the way I help guide you along that, because I am your spiritual guide on your spiritual journey here in this lifetime, weigh it against right and wrong. We all know right and wrong. We all know what we are trying to manifest, and we all know our desires. So is that voice leading you to a higher elevation of consciousness to help you manifest what you're desiring? Or is that voice sending you to the pits of hell that might end your monkey ass in prison? Okay. If it's going to land you in prison, that's not your higher self. Your highest self is very... Thank you for the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your highest self leads you to a road to a life of abundance, the life that you desire. If you are living in lack and your mind is not telling you to do nothing to help you get out of that lack, you need to raise your vibration. You have low vibrations and you have high vibrations. I do not entertain, interact, or connect to low vibrational people. I ain't finna do it. I'm not finna argue with you in the comments, but I will reply. Generally, if you're on TikTok, I'm gonna give you a reply through video, and then I'm gonna block your ass because the block button works. See, you are the author and creator of your life. You are the CEO of your life. You are the director of your life. Your life is your life movie. So when you all are watching me, you watching my life. This is my movie. You are seeing me in full character. When you want to manifest something, you have to desire, what does that look like for me? When I'm saying I want a Bentley, well, what does the lady that drives the Bentley, what does she look like? What does she do on a daily basis? What does she eat? How does she dress? How does she talk? How does she walk? I have to become that character, which means I have to elevate my consciousness to match that what I am trying to attract. Because everything is vibrational. The law of vibration works. So you're going to bring in what you're vibrating with. So please understand, I am not spiritual. I'm sorry, I am not religious. I am spiritual. So I listen to that sixth sense, my inner being, that's going to put me on my highest timeline. That's my goal. Hi, Emilia. Happy birthday, Emilia. Hey, Andrea. So, okay, going back to our reading, but I just wanted to answer y'all over here on YouTube, baby. We don't do religion. Religion is man-made, and it's a cock-a-bull crap, in my opinion, when it comes to religion, because it serves men and men only. It does not necessarily serve a community. It does not serve the, how can I put this? Hold on, let me find a way to say this. Religion does not serve what we do not currently see, if that helps you understand. Manifestation and reaching into your higher self can see what's coming. So your higher self can tell you, hey, you need to do this because this is coming. Religion will say you need to do this because this is what a man wrote in the Bible to tell you to do. And I'm going to go ahead and cue y'all in real quick on this. At one time, slavery was legal in the United States of America. And the Bible was used to make the slaves think that if they did not do what their master wanted them to do, then they were disobeying God. So, if y'all go ahead and pair that with the fact that Trump now wants to add the Constitution and all this stuff, the Bible and the Constitution, that's why there's a separation of church and state. The reason the separation of church and state is there is because the highest self already knew, oh, they're going to try to attach this for some negative and low vibrational stuff, but we need to go ahead and nip that in the bud right now. So church and state is separate, because state is state, church is church. There's so many different religions. So when you start connecting church to state, you're now saying if you do not follow this religion, you're against everything that the country stands for. And we all know we have Christians, we have that is called Baduism. We even when it comes to Christianity, you got Episcopalian, Pentecostal, First Church of God. Like you can't connect that, okay? So let's be clear. When you come on here, I am a public policy and administration major graduate, okay? But I do not work in the political field, but politics is my thing. But manifestation, I work in that field, and it's my thing. And that's what we talk about. And that is spiritual, not religion. It's about connecting to your highest self and elevating. So, you are standing on the leading edge of thoughts. We like to refer to the place where you are standing as the leading edge of thoughts. For as you stand there in your physical body, in your physical environment, having your physical experience, you are the furthermost extension of that which you are. Do you all not know whatever you are right now today, you manifested that particular thing that you desire? Where I'm at now, my younger self was manifesting who I am now. So I am who I am now because of the things that I put in place in my 20s. Your 20s determine how you live in your 30s. Your 30s determine how you live in your 40s. Your 40s determine how you live in your 50s. And now that I'm in my 50s, I'm manifesting what am I going to look like and live like when I make it to my 60s, God willing. But if I don't make it there, I'm now visualizing what will that look like for my kids and my grandkids. So what I'm in the process of doing is creating generational wealth. I set into my time space reality the manifestation by the time I'm 60 to own 100 acres of land. I currently own 22 and a little over a quarter acres of land. So everything that I do, everything that I'm manifesting, as you continue to join me on my journey, be sure to like and subscribe. You guys can tap the screen if you're over there on TikTok so we can get the content out to who it needs to go to. But I believe Spirit is going to bring in the ones that's supposed to be here and the ones that's not here, they're not supposed to be here, because I'm not for everybody, and neither should you be. Nobody should be for everybody, because everybody came here to earth with a specific purpose, and everybody is not part of your purpose. So you have to consciously choose what you engage in and what you ignore. All that has ever been before is culminating. I probably said that wrong, but don't y'all worry about it, because y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't be coming for me in the comments, okay? Into that, let me start over. All that has ever been before is culminating into that which you now are. And just as all of your experience from the time of your birth into your physical body until now has culminated into who you now are. Did I not just tell y'all that? Ah! All that has ever been experienced by all that is has culminated into all that is now being experienced in the physical life experience on planet Earth. As every person on your planet is having experiences that are causing their desires to be born, a sort of mass summoning is occurring, which literally equals the evolution of your planet. And so, the more you interact, the more your personal preferences and being are being identified and radiated. And the more of your preferences that are being radiated, the more are being answered. As such, a powerful stream of source energy is now stretched out before you, from which your individual personal preferences will be received. Now, I don't know about y'all over here or y'all over here, but I am jumping for joy on the inside because I see the elevation in the earth. I see the elevation just for example. And y'all don't come for me in the comments, okay? God does love everyone. Oh, thank you. So my hair is locked up. I'm still in the beginning phase of doing locks. Thank you, Andrea. Mwah, thank you. So the reason why is we have this, and I still don't know the root cause of this because I haven't done a whole lot of research. But we have the college students that are basically, I think somewhere in Indiana, they're doing this huge protest, and when I kept watching it, I was like, black people could never. We could never. Because if it's 10 of us, they calling in the troops. But the earth knew the elevation had to occur, and the only way the elevation could occur is if other people started to join in on the injustices that occur across the world, not just in America, but across the world. And this whole protest was over what's going on in Gaza. So I was like, wow. So I love it. But at the same time, because I'm connected to my ancestors, I have to recall into my consciousness what my ancestors experienced, because they tried to raise the vibration and the consciousness of earth by calling out injustices. But then we all know what happened. So it is what it is. But the fact that it's happening now, and this for me is a confirmation that the experience, it says, as every person on your planet is having experiences that are causing their desires to be born, a sort of mass summoning is occurring, which literally equals the evolution of your planet, which means Earth is evolving. Y'all remember Sarah Jake said, Girl Evolve? When I tell y'all that was a good book, that was a very spiritual book. It was not a religious book. So if you feel like it was a religious book, it was not. When I read through that book, I felt that book was trying to connect people that are so caught up in religion. Hey, Niu. Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Trey. Into understanding the world of spirituality. Spirituality is not religion. It's where you really have to listen to your higher consciousness, your inner self, to lead and guide you. And that's really tapping into the true power of God, because God is within you. God is within you. If you get a word and it just don't sound right, it may not be your word. But if you get a word and internally you've already heard that, you've already known that, that additional word is your confirmation. Like over here on YouTube, I love y'all because y'all always give me confirmation that what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I know that I have the connection over here on TikTok, but the true connection is taking place on YouTube. So I love y'all for that, okay? And y'all get to see me in some of my most transparent moments. Y'all get to see me just cutting up over here on TikTok. But on YouTube, I'm giving you all the very heart and best of me. So thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you. Look, thank you, YouTube and TikTok. Thank both of y'all. Okay, thank you. In other words, because of what so many have lived and are living, and because of the summoning power of so many of their desires, the well-being of your future experience is well in place. And in like manner, your current desires will in turn provide an energy stream for future generations to benefit from. Now, did I not just say I feel spirituality takes into consideration the generations that are coming, and they start working to preserve for those generations? I think religion is only concerned about the generation that's here now, because when you go to church, just think about it. And not all churches are like this. But if this is your church, I'm calling out your pastor. Ooh. I just woke up and chose violence on a Sunday. If your church only preaches the Bible, and most of the time it's almost always the same scriptures in the Bible, and it's not teaching you to type into your higher consciousness, to your higher self, to listen to the internal God within you, I'm calling out your pastor, because your pastor is probably a pastor that's calling for offerings 3 to 4 times during the service, because they are tapped into the fact that church is a business. I said what I said. Church is a business, and a lot of people do not realize that. Spirituality is not a business. Spirituality is really about the elevation of the human being. It's tapping into the energy field of manifestation. It's tapping into the law of vibration. We are vibrational spiritual beings. So we know when we're moving right, and we know when we're moving wrong. We know when we need to stay where we're at. We know when we need to leave. And why? Because the feeling of it changes. And the only reason the feeling of it is changing is because of the vibration that you feel. Energy has a vibration. So you know good energy, you know bad energy. You know negative vibrations, you know positive vibrations. And I choose to be around positive vibrations. It just, we gonna go into if you can desire it, the universe can produce it. So I was at a crawfish boil. Oh my god. I had the time of my life at this crawfish boil last night. I knew absolutely, I stepped out on faith. I'm an introvert, but confirmation, I can be an extrovert. So I'm an introverted extrovert, which is also called an ambivert, right? So thank you, Lee. So I'm there, and we're sitting at the table and I'm just talking to people. So this guy, he said something, and to me it's like so like low vibrational. And I'm like, what? But he's whispering and talking under his head, under his breath. And I'm the type of person, I am going to say what needs to be said, but I'm going to say it with love and light. So he was saying something, and I just finally looked at him and I was like, you messy. I had to tell a man that he was messy. You messy. And he probably felt some kind of way about it, but okay, but what made you think you was about to come and talk about and say stuff about people to me? I don't know anybody here. I'm not getting it. No, I don't do that. That's messy. So I told him he was messy. And then when he started it again, I had to say, hey, you know, I don't gossip. I'm very positive energy, very positive vibe. So when I told him that, it was kind of like he understood. So you always understand that in like manner, your current desires will in turn provide an energy stream for future generations to benefit from. If you can desire it, the universe can produce it. If your involvement in your time-space reality inspires within you any sincere desire, then the universe has the means to supply the results that you seek. Because your ability to reach far for more expands which each, hold on, let me reread that. Because your ability to reach for more expands with each achievement that came before. The expansion may feel breathtaking to those just coming to understand the power of it, but it may feel absolutely normal to those who have already come to understand and expect well-being to flow constantly into their experience. The stream of well-being flows even if you do not understand that it does. But when you consciously become aligned with it, your creative endeavors become so much more satisfying. For then you discover that there is absolutely nothing that you desire that you cannot achieve. I just love that whole paragraph, okay? I love that whole paragraph. Hey, Gregory, I'm going to read that paragraph again because that paragraph was fire. If you can desire it, the universe can produce it. So you have to understand there is no ceiling, there is no limit to what you desire. You can have anything you desire if you stay tapped in, tuned in, and turned on. Okay? When you tap into your inner being already knows your desires. The inner being already knows what's out there in the vortex for you. It already knows the rockets of desires that you have shot off. So when you tap into that, your inner being already knows how to get it. So some days when I get discouraged, I simply say, universe, show me how good it can get. God, show me how good it can get. Because it's all about what's already been put in me. Even the Bible says, because I do believe in the Bible, but I think it's more of a guide, more so than the strict chosen word of God. But some of it's questionable. And no one has ever questioned the Bible because we were taught don't question it. But hold on, you told me what no unicorns, but a unicorn is mentioned in the Bible. Help me understand. And every pastor that I have asked that question has been stumped. And they want to know the scripture. And then, look, you supposed to know the Bible. I don't know the Bible. I just know that I read it. And I read that it was a unicorn. And I was raised in understanding that unicorns are not real. So if unicorns are not real, why is the word unicorn written in the Bible? Give him the strength of a young unicorn. Why is it in the Bible? Which means the Bible must not be real. Something's wrong. And if somebody can answer that for me, I'm going to keep teaching, tapping into my inner self, my higher God, my God within, on a spiritual level. And since I've been doing that, I have been elevating in consciousness. Somebody explain that. I'm going to read it again. If you can desire it, the universe can produce it. If your involvement in your time-space reality inspires within you any sincere desire, then the universe has the means to supply the results that you seek. It did not say if you pay your tithes. Go ahead and tell the truth and shame the devil. It did not say if you pay your tithes, God gonna make it happen for you. No, it says if your involvement in your time space reality inspires within you any sincere desire, then the universe has the means to supply the results that you seek. That is the truth that I follow. So when it's time for me to pay my tithes, I may pay my tithes by feeding someone that's homeless in the streets, buying groceries for a friend or elderly person that I know in need, paying a bill for someone. You can tie in different ways. How you choose is up to you, but it does not say if you pay your 10% tithe to your church and bring it into the church house, you gonna get it. Because it's enough people that's sitting in the church house and they're still trying to figure out why my lights got turned off when I tied half of the money I had because you told me it was gonna come back. If your involvement in your time-space reality inspires within you any sincere desire, then the universe has the means to supply the results that you seek. That's what this book says. Thank you for the love. Because your ability to reach for more expands with each achievement that came before, the expansion may feel breathtaking to those just coming to understand the power of it, but it may feel absolutely normal to those who have already come to understand and expect well-being to flow constantly into their experience. So therefore, it's not an emotional high. God, I don't know why you got me doing this today, but okay. This is the example that just came to my mind, and it come from anywhere. I'm a vibrational being, so as I get these vibrational downloads, if it makes sense, I'ma say it. When you go to church, for example, and you pay your tithe, you walk out with this emotional high that God's gonna do it. Now your light bill was $100 and you only had 55. And the 10% of the tithe that you didn't pay was $55. So now the sermon has inspired you to pay your tithe and believe God to give you the $100 to pay your light bill. You were on an emotional high. The $100 did not come because the sermon did not tell you about the faith that you needed to have to be sure it was going to come. It told you to pay your tithe and it shall come. That's a lie. That's a lie. It gave you an emotional high. So I'm going to read this one more time. Because your ability to reach for more expands with each achievement that came before. The expansion may feel breathtaking to those just coming to understand the power of it, but it may feel absolutely normal to those who have already come to understand and expect well-being to flow constantly into their experience. So to break that down, when you tap into it, money will never ever be a concern. A bill not being paid will never ever be a concern, because your concern will be with your purpose, and because you are following your purpose, the God that you serve will provide. And your God is talking to you through your inner being to guide you on what you need to do. So if you ever tie out of conviction, that's that inspirational sermon tapping you on the shoulder to say, give me your money. That is not your inner being saying, pay the tithe and I'll make it happen. I don't know who needed that, but I hope I helped you before you go and pay your tithe instead of paying your light bill. Get your life together. And I want the pastors to start teaching people, which shout out to Keon Henderson because I see him doing that now. Shout out to Darius Daniels because I see him doing that now. Teaching the congregation about the things that they need to know spiritually to manifest the things that they're looking for, not the name and claim it gospel. Okay, back to the reading. The stream of well-being flows even if you do not understand that it does. But when you consciously become aligned with it, your creative endeavors become so much more satisfying. For then you discover that there is absolutely nothing that you desire that you cannot achieve. So when I read that, right, Lee? When I read that, that tells me that Bentley that I keep manifesting, that I keep desiring, it's going to come. I don't know how it's going to come. I don't know when it's going to come. And I'm just trying to figure out why has this been put down in my spirit for so long. And this is not something that just started, right? So I don't know if you guys have been following me, but I've told the story of I've always wanted a Mercedes-Benz, and I didn't have the money for a Mercedes-Benz, so I bought a Nissan Sentra, and this was like in 2004. So in 2004, I had a 2004 Nissan Sentra. That was the first new car I have ever been able to go on the lot and purchase. It had 23 miles on it when I drove it off the lot. And I was so scared. I'm giving y'all a testimony right here. I'm going to get back to the reading. I was so scared because it was calling me to adult in a way that I wasn't used to adulting. Because I was used to just paying cash for a car. I don't like paying bills. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like paying them. If I got to pay you for the whole year, look, let me pay you for the whole year and be done with it, because paying bills gives me anxiety. And I don't like anxiety. So I try to pay my bills. But I feel that's my inner being telling me, girl, pay your bills. Because it used to be a time in my life where I wouldn't pay my bills and I'm doing everything else. And I'm trying to figure out, but it was because I was told to tie and it would happen. And I kept tying bill money and then trying to figure out what to do. But now that I'm operating on a spiritual level, I've never had a worry in the world. So in 2004, I bought this '04 Sentra. But before I bought that '04 Sentra, I didn't really have the money to buy the Mercedes that I wanted. And it was a CLK 500, if I'm not mistaken. No, SLK. It was called an SLK. And I only had one child at the time, and I didn't plan on having any more kids. I was like, yeah, I can do that. It's a small car, but it's just me and Shane. And long short, I didn't get that car. But at the time, I heard in my ear, it was like my inner being kept saying, I got a Mercedes for you. And I'm going to the car lot and I'm operating on faith. I mean, straight faith. And I'm doing the credit application and they will not approve me for the amount. I was so frustrated. So I was like, okay. So, and at the time I already had a Sentra. I had an older model Sentra. So I ended up trading this Sentra in and bought an updated model. So I bought an '04. No, I had a Corolla. I'm sorry. I had a Toyota Corolla. So I traded in the Toyota Corolla, which wasn't paid off. And I put the balance of that on my '04 Sentra that I bought in 2004. But at the time, I really wanted a Mercedes. So I never said, yeah, I got this little, this little Sentra. I was like, y'all see the Benz? I always called the Sentra the Benz. Hey, thank you. I always called it a Benz. Even when I looked down, I did not see the Nissan sign. And I'm saying visually, mentally, like when I looked at the sign, I would just see the Mercedes emblem. It was like I was visualizing. I was like, it's going to come one day. I know it's going to come. It's going to come. Thank you for the love. Hey, Bellas. Thank you, Bellas Eve. So, long short, I eventually got a Mercedes-Benz. But before I got the Mercedes-Benz, I heard John Avanzini, who's a pastor that would teach more about finances. He was teaching you how to pay off debt, and he was connecting to the Bible why you shouldn't have debt. So he was teaching you something that you needed to know in order to manifest the things that you wanted. Well, in that particular sermon, and it was at Without Walls in Tampa, Florida, and this is when Pastor Paula and Pastor Randy White were still married. They were still together, and it used to be hilarious because it used to be like when Pastor Paula got the mic, she was bringing the word, but at the same time, Pastor Randy was like, give me the damn mic. I'm the pastor. So I could spiritually kind of see that tension or whatever, but they were still a lovely couple. He said, you don't need, now he don't know I'm in the process of trying to buy a car and I'm looking at luxury cars, but when he said it resonated. So I always tell people, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And that's how you should do life. And eat the meat, throw away the bones is another way to say it. Okay. So he said, you don't need a luxury car. You know when you need a luxury car? When you can pay cash for it. And my thought was, child, ain't never gonna have enough money to pay cash for no luxury car. I'm like, I'm a single mom. I'm over here trying to work and make this money. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay this bill. I'm robbing Peter and paying Paul. This. I'm like, ain't no way. So I'm like, okay. So I kind of threw away the thought of getting a Mercedes, even though I had this faith, and I'm going to the dealerships and I'm doing the credit application and getting denied. You can't get a car for, a loan for this much money. So I was shocked when I go to trade in my Toyota Corolla and I got approved for a brand new car in 2004. Got approved for a 2004 Sentra, 23 miles on it, and I drove off the lot, but I always called it a Mercedes. But fast forward, somewhere, somehow, some way, my consciousness switched to when I buy my first luxury car, I'm gonna pay cash for it. And when I bought that Mercedes Benz, I paid cash for it. So I didn't have a car payment. So I'm like, go me. So at one point, I had 2 cars. Now this is before I paid cash for the Mercedes Benz, because my faith just kept growing. And it was like really me tapping into my inner being as well, and really getting an understanding of this life of manifestation. So I pay off this '04 Sentra and I give it to my son. He was probably, I want to say maybe 19 at the time. And he was like, I don't want that car. And it was a stick shift. He said, I don't want that car. And I said, oh, you don't want it? Okay then. Well, I didn't necessarily need it because before I was giving it to him, I planned on buying a new car. So I had went and bought a Buick Terraza. And it's an SUV. I'm sorry, it's not. It's a van, but it looked like an SUV. And I was a driver. So I was like, this ain't your average minivan, bitch. And I used to be swerving and just, I was driving that thing, right? But I always called that the Bentley. But one thing I never did really get was the visualization of seeing the Bentley sign when I looked. Because when I looked, I always saw Buick. But when I drove, I always felt like I was driving a Bentley. And now that I'm like, this Mercedes that I eventually ended up paying cash for, it's time for new. Because when I tell you my son he done wrecked the car, not once, not twice, but I think he probably done wrecked it 3 good times. So I want a new car. I don't know when I'm going to get it. I don't really know what it's going to be, but I know I want a Bentley. But I know a Bentley costs a whole lot of money. So I'm like, okay, maybe this next car won't be a Bentley, but at some point in my life, I feel I'm going to manifest a Bentley. So it doesn't have to be right now. So I'm saying that for somebody, even if you're manifesting something and you just don't see it happening for you right now, that's fine. You can still put that rocket of desire out there, and when the timing is right, it'll come. By the time I had my first luxury car and paid cash for it, it was probably 15 years afterwards. And it didn't have to take that long, but it took that long for my mindset to shift. Because as a man thinketh, so is he. So you can only have what you see yourself having. So it works whether you understand it or not. That's basically what I'm saying. Whether you understand it or not, it still works. But as you raise in consciousness and in vibration, you'll start to see those things that you've already put out the rocket of desire on. It is not necessary that you fully understand the complexities of this eternally expanding environment in order to reap the benefits of that which it has become. But it is necessary that you find a way to go with the flow of the well-being that is stretched out before you. So in that effort, we offer these words. There is only a stream of well-being that flows. You can allow it or resist it, but it flows just the same. So I'm going to break that down for y'all. Think of a stream of water, like a river. Think of a stream of water like a river. And a river generally has a lot of big rocks and stones in it. And the water still flows down the river, but where those rocks and stones are at, hey Eli, how you doing? The water still flows, but it kind of goes around. It doesn't necessarily flow over, unless you're on one of those. What is it called when you do the? I can't think of it. But anyway, it's still a river, but the water's just it's real heavy and it's swishing and it's so those are like your different levels of flow. But life flows that way. So if you're ever doing something and it's not flowing naturally, that means you've come up against resistance and you are no longer on the path of least resistance, because each path is going to have resistance. It's not going to be straight and narrow. It's going to take life is going to throw you some lemons, it's going to throw you some curveballs. You have to determine, how am I going to handle this? Thank you for the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So for me, when life throws me lemons, I grab some tequila. I grab some tequila. When life throws me a curveball, I sit down and meditate and pray, and I try to get an understanding. God, what we doing? Where you taking me? That's when I have to tap into my inner being to know, am I on the right road or the wrong road? A prayer that I say that's in the Bible, when I tell you, it works. If you ever want to see who for you and who against you, and you need the ones that's against you to get from up, off, and around you, say this prayer right here, and I promise you, it's going to happen like this. That's why my circle stays small, because I say this prayer all the time. God, bring anyone into my life that needs to be in my life. And anyone that is not here for my highest and greatest good, please remove them. They fall like flies every time. Because I'm speaking what I want into existence. If you're coming into my life and it's for my highest and greatest good, that means I need you in my life. I'm asking you to come. I'm putting that rocket of desire out there in my energetic field, and that's the vibration I'm giving off. And at the same time, if you're not in my life for my highest and greatest good, please get up off me and from around me. And that's what I'm asking you to go away. And it's always going to be something crazy or kooky to happen. And that's why I never get mad. Because sometimes people are in your life for seasons and for reasons. Everybody is not meant to be a lifelong partner. Everybody is not supposed to be in your life forever. So when you tap into the energetic fields of vibration, of manifestation, of positive energy, you'll start to learn and connect to who is for you and who is against you. And you don't need people to come and tell you, because you'll understand energy. People can lie all day long. Shout out to Billy Bob, because Billy Bob used to always say that. People lie. Energy doesn't. Energy will never, ever, ever lie. People will lie all day long. I still don't know why he lied. But the energy never changed. So that's the difference. The energy was always the same, but people will lie. Okay, going back to the reading. You would not walk into a brightly lit room and look for the dark switch. In other words, you would not expect to find a switch that would flood an inky darkness into the room to cover the brightness of the lights. You would find a switch that will resist the light. For in the absence of the light, there is darkness. And in like manner, there is not a source of evil, but there could be a resisting of that which you believe is good. Just as there is not a source of sickness, but there could be a resisting of the natural well-being. Now, I'm going to break that down. This is my interpretation. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You have some people that will say, by his stripes I'm healed. And for them, they believe that. But as soon as someone else keeps bringing up and talking about their sickness, they go into, yeah, I know, and they're giving all the reasons as to why they're still sick. So when it comes to the law of polarity, which side of the stick are you focusing on? So for me, when people try to tell me stuff and I don't agree with it, I correct them. I correct them in that moment, because you have to be willing to be honest with people, and that's something that is so hard for people to do. And you can be honest in a nice way, and some people may not necessarily like what you say, but you have to understand, I said what I said. Because if that's the belief system that a person has, you have to respect their belief system. And a lot of us, we want people to respect our belief system, but we don't want to reciprocate the law of reciprocity, that same thing. So if someone tells me that, hey, the sky is really green today, I'm going to look at them and say, okay. Even though it's blue to me. Because I don't know why they see the sky green, but okay. And I'm learning to smile as I say it and walk away. Not my monkey, not my circus. Like, hey, ain't got nothing to do with that. When you find yourself arguing with people all the time about something and you always got something to complain about, stop and check your energetic field. Because you're attracting more negativity. You attract what you focus on. So I focus on positivity, on laughter, on love, on excitement, on high vibration. And that's what I attract to me. So remember that. Remember that. Without asking, you will receive no answer. Without asking, you will receive no answer. So as they say in the hood, closed mouths don't get fed. Closed mouths don't get fed. So if you don't ask for it, you're not going to receive it. So if I didn't ask for a Bentley, if I didn't start believing for a Bentley, if I didn't start seeing myself in a Bentley, if I didn't start saying I'm in a Bentley, if I didn't start feeling I'm in a Bentley, that Bentley will never come. So when you're manifesting, those are the 4 pointers that you need to do. You need to decide it, believe it. Decide it, believe it. That's all step 1. Deciding is step 1. Believing is step 1. So we got a 1A and a 1B. Then you need to see it. You need to see it for yourself. Stop telling people your visualizations, your dreams, your hopes that you don't even believe yourself, because what they're going to do is keep imparting more doubt into your vision. Once you see it, it don't matter what people say. You be like, okay, same thing. Not my monkey, not my circus. Okay, you can't see that the sky green, and I can. I'm not about to argue with you to see what I see, because I see what I see and I know what I know, so I'm about to go. Okay? So once you see it for yourself, can't no devil in hell tell you nothing different. Okay? Then you need to say it, because when you start saying it, because you believe it, you can say it with confidence. You can consciously say it with confidence. And can't nobody tell you different. And you okay with people calling you crazy. When Trump started telling people he was going to be president, he said, okay, and he was president. Once you decide it and believe it, and you see it, and you say it, the only thing left is to get the feeling of it. When you get the feeling of it, it's coming. That's how manifestation works. I'm going to read that paragraph again, because that was a good one. Sometimes people will compliment, hold on. You would not walk into a brightly lit room and look for the dark switch. In other words, you would not expect to find a switch that would flood an inky darkness into the room to cover the brightness of the light. You would find a switch that would resist the light, for in the absence of the light, there is darkness. And in like manner, there is not a source of evil, but there could be a resisting of that which you believe is good. Just as there is not a source of sickness, but there could be a resisting of the natural well-being. So by you consistently agreeing with people coming in and telling you something that you don't believe and see for yourself, because you don't want to hurt their feelings, you can be honest with the person and not be abrasive. The truth sometimes it hurts. It stings a little bit. On TikTok, my page is always reported because something might come across that someone doesn't agree with. But I'm like, but you just scroll. Like, you can't, like, this whole cancel culture. Do we want everybody thinking the same and looking the same and being the same? Because that's basically what cancel culture is. Like, if it's not breaking a law, let them people do what they're going to do. Let them say what they're going to say. Let them have their own belief system. But we have people that say, believe like I believe. And if you don't believe like I believe, then it's a problem. Sounds like religion to me. I think there's a new religion on the rise, people. What it's going to be called, I have no idea. But I think a new religion is on the rise, and I think we need to be mindful of it. And the only thing that you can be mindful of to know whether it's positive or negative is if you tap into the energetic field to know, is this good energy I'm feeling from these people, or is it bad energy? What's the energetic level? So without asking, you will receive no answer. Closed mouths don't get fed. Sometimes people will compliment Esther for being able to receive the wisdom of Abraham and for putting it into written or spoken word for others to experience and receive benefit from. And we also add our appreciation to that. But we also want to point out that Esther's receiving and translation of our vibration is only part of the equation. Without the asking that precedes it, there could be no answering. So if you don't text good. Hey Eli, I see you said text good. I don't know, because you might be typing in your language and I don't know how to speak it. So I have to look that up. Okay, the gathering spot membership dues increasing and new member benefits. I'm considering joining the gathering spot. I'm considering it. If you don't ask for what you want, will it come? If you do not ask for what you want, will it come? I don't have an example yet, but I feel as we continue reading this, I'm going to get some revelation. So when you guys are watching me doing my readings, that it's me allowing you into my energetic field. I'm allowing myself to enter into your energetic field so we can all connect and elevate together. But I'm actually getting real time downloads during these readings and connecting to things that I need to do or things that make sense to me. And I've seen things come in as quick as a day. Okay. Last Friday, I'm out driving and I said some things. By Friday night, those things had came in. So I'm in a season that I don't really know. Thank you for the love. Thank you. I don't really know exactly what all I'm manifesting in this current season. And we just had a new moon. And the remnants of the new moon are still out there. So as I'm reading this, I'm going to be shooting out rockets of desire. Excuse me. If you are subscribed to me and following me, you'll start to see as those things come in because I'll be posting them. So let's go ahead and get back to the reading. So the people of your times are benefiting dramatically from the experiences of those generations that preceded you. For through the experiences that they lived and the desires that were generated within them, the summoning began. Y'all know my ancestors was summoning up. They were summoning the heavens, baby. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. When I say that, I can say that with my whole chest. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. I am. And my ancestors don't play by me, okay? They do not. And look, when people be doing me wrong, I'm like, I forgive you. And it is what it is. But I have nothing to do with how my ancestors determine how to handle you. Because they don't come tell me nothing. For me, it's like out of sight, out of mind. My ancestors do all look. So if you ever come for me, please know I got a gang of ancestors. And they everywhere. Okay. And today, let me start that one over. The people of your times are benefiting dramatically from the experiences of those generations that preceded you. For through the experiences that they lived, come on, ancestors, and the desires that were generated within them. Can we talk about freedom? Hello. Ooh, Jesus. The summoning began. So my ancestors, they did not just desire to be free. They were already kings and queens and free when they were captured. So some of my ancestors came from the lineage of kings and queens where they owned land, they owned gold, they owned wealth. I came from wealth. But then some kind of way the transatlantic slave trade occurred. And some of those stories were passed on, but history lesson, the tongue can speak power and manifest things. And you can manifest good and you can manifest bad. Because life and death lies in the power of the tongue. That's what that means. What are you speaking over your life? I do not speak anything negative over me or anyone else. Because that thing is like a boomerang. Positive vibes only. But how my ancestors determined how to handle you is not up to me. But my ancestors also had the desire to return to the wealth from which they came. So when they were doing their summoning for freedom, it didn't stop at freedom. And once they became free, they built Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Because we came from wealth. But some people got so mad they started a lie. It always ain't it funny how it's always a lie. It always come back to a lie. Like, why is it always a lie? That is the demise of the wealth that African Americans have continually tried to grow. Religion. Because if the Christian said it, it must be true. Me and my mama fight about this. And I don't mean physically fight. I mean with our words. And it's like, just because they're a Christian don't mean it's true. And she really, truly believes that. Christians lie. They cheat. They steal. There's no perfect person on this earth. So I don't care if you're Christian, Presbyterian, Catholic, whatever. All of y'all lie. That's a sin. So just because it was said by them don't mean it's true. What is your inner being telling you? Your inner being knows the truth. That's what you follow. Is it leading you on the path to positivity and elevation? That's the truth. Is it in harm to anyone? If it's no harm to anyone, that's the truth. We have to start determining what are we deciding to listen to and follow. I'm going to pick the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts and it stings a little bit. But I'm going to tell you. Like at the party, dude talking about he trying to get me to save him from some shit because he don't want to talk to her. Well, if you don't want to talk to her and you don't like her, just say that. Just tell the truth. I thought that was so easy. Then when he was talking about people, you messy. Sometimes people can't see who they are because no one wants to tell the truth. Back to the reading. Hold on. Because I was talking about my ancestors. I was on the ancestors. Okay. And today you are the ones on the leading edge of reaping the benefits, come on ancestors, of what those past generations asked for. At the same time, you are continuing to ask, and you are now summoning. I am summoning a Bentley. It's coming. I don't care if I only get to rent it for one day. It's coming. Because I said I want a Bentley. I ain't never said I want to own a Bentley. But because they cost a lot of money. But can I rent a Bentley for a day? That's me having a Bentley. Come on, manifestation. Work that thing. Okay. And today you are the ones on the leading edge of reaping the benefits of what those past generations asked for. At the same time, you are continuing to ask. At the same time, you are continuing to summon. And it goes on. So you are putting out projections, rockets of desire for future generations. Because one thing about manifestation, it doesn't allow you to be selfish. It's meant for you to be selfless. Because it's for the good of all and with harm to none. Okay? So when I be saying for the good of all and with the harm to none, $5,000 is on its way to me. It is my $5,000 to do what I choose to do with it. And it will come to me in no less than 3 days. I say. That's me saying, this is what I'm requesting from the universe. I'm requesting $5,000. I don't want this $5,000 to come from harm to anybody, which means I am not going to go rob for it. I'm not going to go steal it. I ain't going to try to unalive nobody. I ain't going to do nothing negligent for this $5,000. It's just going to come to me. It's not going to be to harm to anyone. It's in all good intention, good faith, good vibration, good spirit, coming to me in no less than 3 days. Now, if I say that and I believe that and I see that, that's the manifestation that's coming in. So, come on, universe. Come on, God. Either it's true or I'm on here lying to the people. And I don't want to be lying to the people. But I have done this multiple times and the money come now. And I clearly, I don't know where it's coming from. I have no idea where it's coming from. So, okay. Sometimes people will compliment Esther for being able to receive. That is not where we were at, but I'm going to read it again because somebody needs to hear this. Sometimes people will compliment Esther for being able to receive the wisdom of Abraham and for putting it into written or spoken word for others to experience and receive benefit from. And we also add our appreciation to that. But we also want to point out that Esther's receiving and translation of our vibration is only part of the equation. Without the asking that precedes it, there could be no answering. I had a prophecy that was given to me more than 20 years ago that said, I'm an Esther. And I always related it to Esther in the Bible. And I would study, because Esther is like the shortest chapter in the Bible, but it's packed with so much stuff. And I kept trying to, and it was like all I could get out of it was like a king is coming. Okay, so I'm gonna marry a king. That's all I really couldn't get much out of it. But then as I got to know Esther Hicks, I was like, oh, I'm an Esther. So I think I might need to start doing some meditations before I start doing this live, because it might end up, because in case you guys don't know, I can do readings as well, but it's a little different the way I do the readings. And they're more collective readings. So this is the Butterfly Collective. So generally I say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We're reading through this book, Asking It Is Given. Learning to Manifest Your Desires. This is by Esther and Jerry Hicks, and it's from the Teachings of Abraham. But because I too receive spiritual downloads, I might receive a download during one of these lives, but me doing the reading is really me still staying in study mode and understanding manifestation and really staying tapped in, tuned in, and turned on. So, I'm going to pray about that, because I think that's what I need to start doing, is meditating a little bit before we go live. And again, I never know what time, because I don't like to be bound to time. I don't want to be like, oh, every day at 2:22. No, when I have the unction, I'll go live. Because sometimes I just want to pour into me. But today, I want to pour into y'all too. Hey, Pretty K. Hey, Miss Jill. Hey, J to the C42. Okay, so getting back to our reading. So can you see how, if you can find a way to allow it, there is an avalanche of well-being at your fingertips? ripe for the plucking. That means the harvest is ready. Ding, 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 ding. You know what that sound like? That gave me the Wall Street bell. I don't know who's into investing, but something that you're planning on investing in. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Provided you are in vibrational alignment with it. So if you cannot physically and mentally connect to it, you have not decided it, you do not believe it, you do not see it, you do not say it, and you do not feel it, you may not be ready for it. But when you get those four things together, whatever you're trying to manifest is about to come in, okay? Ding, 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 ding. It's about to come in. If y'all can tap the screen. Oh, I appreciate y'all. Look at y'all. Come on. Tick, 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 tock. Got me over here at 1,000 likes. Come on now, TikTok. Give me some cred. Give your girl some cred, okay? Thank y'all over here on YouTube. So getting back. And can you not see why? Since there is never a crowd on the leading edge, you are not going to have a lot of people you can talk to about this. Y'all be wanting to run and tell everybody everything. Y'all be trying to tell everybody everything. Everybody ain't for everybody. Everybody ain't supposed to know everything. That's my country accent. But you can't tell everybody everything. Oh, thank you. That's my Black Girl Magic painting. Some things sound so far-fetched that it's going to be like when you telling the story. And this is me. I'm so guilty of this. Sometimes when I'm telling people things that have occurred in my life, I be like, this sounds like such a lie. But it's so much the truth. That, like, when I think about my life, I'm like, my life is a freaking movie, because some of the things that I have experienced and been through, it's like, girl, for real, girl, yes. Like, I could have never imagined the life that I have lived, and now I'm like, let me manifest this other side. Because I never thought that I would get to the capacity mentally that I could see myself somewhere way different than where I'm at now. Like, if y'all over here on TikTok, if y'all go to my page, right, when you come to the 50-50 situation, I was always like, I ain't gonna have. I just, for some reason, I said, you know what? Let me go on Zillow and look at some houses. And I started looking at this house, and I said, you know what? I would definitely go have. So I think it's all, everybody wants to say what they would not do until they have the opportunity to do it. And then everybody has their mindset of what they would do it for. And sometimes, hey Queen, hey, how you doing, boo? Sometimes someone puts an opportunity that's so unbelievable in front of you that if you have a trust issue, talking about me, you have a trust issue, your first thought is, they trying to scam me. And I cannot tell you how many opportunities I have missed because I have trust issues. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. But at some point, you have to be willing to trust somebody. Hey, Zizabadul. Yeah, right. Sometimes when you look, just take a moment. Let's all of us right now, let's take a moment, look back over your life, and just let me know in the comments, could you have ever imagined that you were going to be living the life that you're living now? Whether that's a positive life or a negative life. And then just let me know, are you living the positive life that you thought you would never live before? Like, where I'm at in life, I would have never. When I tell you I can't, and I used to get irked by Pastor Paula because she would always tell her. But I had to realize, girl, you here in church every Sunday. But it's some people that's on this live that they don't know I was a high school dropout. They don't know I was a teen mom. They don't know that I lived in the projects. I never thought in my life I would be living in a high rise and I can pay all my bills and be good. And I'm not dealing with a dude from the streets to pay everything. It's me. It's me. Really? I would have never thought I would be the person that's inspiring people. Really? I would have never thought I would be the person that's sprinkling rainbows and glitter on people. Really? But as you grow and you elevate, as your vibration increases, you just start seeing life differently. And when you start seeing life differently, you start seeing people differently. And then you tap into this energetic field and you know who's for you and who is against you. Okay, Zara. Okay, Zara. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank y'all for the love over on TikTok. Thank y'all for the love over on YouTube. I appreciate it. If y'all can share the live, that would be greatly appreciated. If you can tap the screens, that's greatly appreciated. But again, just to connect y'all, we are reading Asking and Is Given. This is Learning to Manifest Your Life Desires. It's by Esther and Jerry Hicks, and these are the teachings of Abraham. So when I just think, and just to give you, before we get back to the reading, I'm gonna give y'all this one thing. This is a true manifestation experience. I was living in Boca Raton, Florida, which is right. You have Delray Beach, Florida, and Boca Raton, Florida, and they're basically where that line crosses over. I live in this complex right on the line. One of the Bombers complexes that I have lived in, but not the Bombers. The Bombers was Boynton Beach, when I was a 10-minute walk from the beach. When I was living there, I was like, I would have never thought. You know, I keep having these same feelings, but it's always in a different area. So then when I moved there, I'm like, I would have never thought. Then I met this guy, and then we went up to Georgia, and he had purchased a house, and I was like, I would have never thought. And now I'm living here in Houston in a high rise. I would have never thought. Like never. Like not coming from where I was coming from. But I realized I've been manifesting my entire life. And it's just because I look and I think and I'm like, what's next? What do I want? What's next? What do I want? And the more that you start thinking that, but you start thinking it more on a positive level, opposed to attaching anything negative to it. Don't attach any type of manipulation or make it all about money. If you really make it about purpose, it's going to come and you're going to elevate. So I'm at that I would have never thought moment again in my life. And I'm in my 444 season. It was just 7714 over here. I'm into numerology. I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm into crystals and things. If y'all understand that, I don't know what to tell y'all. Okay, that's who I am. So, back to the reading. We was talking about the ancestors. These days, there are some people experiencing intense hardships or traumas. And because of how they are living right now, their asking is in a heightened and intense place. And because of the intensity of their request, Source is responding in kind. And although the person who is doing the asking is usually so involved in the trauma that they are not personally receiving the benefit of their own asking, future generations or even current generations who are not right now disallowing are receiving the benefit of the asking. Do y'all know what that means? Hey, Chrissy. Hey, Chauncey. Y'all know what that means? That means if you don't get it in your lifetime, it's going to come in the next generations, in your bloodline. Somebody is going to capture that blessing. But you get what you focus on. So if you want to focus on all the negative aspects of your life, that's what's going to keep coming in. If you want to keep focusing on all the positive aspects of your life, that's what's going to keep coming in. If you keep putting out more rockets of desires for more positive things in your life, and you continue to focus on all the positive things in your life, that's what's going to keep coming in. It's just going to keep coming in. We are giving this to you by way of helping you understand there is an unlimited stream of well-being and an abundance of all manner of things available to you at all times. But you must be in alignment with the receiving of those things. You cannot stand in resistance of them and receive them at the same time. Simon, you know I block people, right? Don't come on my live acting crazy. Now I see why I never understood why people be snapping on people in the live. But Simon, I block people. Okay, moving forward. Open the floodgates and let your well-being flow in. See yourself right where you are now as the beneficiary of the powerful stream of well-being. Try to imagine that you are basking in the flow of this powerful stream. Make an effort to feel yourself as the leading edge beneficiary of the unlimited stream and smile and try to accept that you are worthy of it. Didn't I tell y'all I'm my ancestors' wildest dreams? Did I not say that? I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. I'm really just basking in the benefit of that right now. Like, you guys are seeing in real time my reaction when I'm reading different stuff and like the heat level of my body. I think this is more of a manifestation heat and not a hot flash heat. And the way I can tell the difference, generally when it's a hot flash heat, it feels like it's my whole body. This type of heat is generally my hands and my feet. My hands and my feet are hot and sweating right now. And where do manifestations come in? They come in our hands and in our feet. Our feet means we're going places. Our hands means we're about to create some stuff and money is coming in. Okay? That's what it means. Your feet, you're going places. I am going places. Go ahead and say the affirmation with me. I am going places. You can even put it in the comments. I am going places. That's your affirmation for this week. Your second affirmation, I'm giving you guys 3 affirmations, and this is in the moment download. So if you're here, welcome to the Butterfly Collective. You are capturing the information in real time. So the first affirmation is I am, and you spell am capitalized, capital A, capital M. I am going places. Now, I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm going somewhere good. I'm going somewhere good that I'm going to love, that I am going to enjoy. I am going places. Because when I am manifesting, I know I am manifesting for my highest and greatest good. I don't manifest for anything else. And it, look, somebody did me dirty. Look, my ancestors, however they decide to deal with it, that's up to them. I am going places because I am going to stay positive vibes only. I know when I'm about to enter into a negative vibe situation, I know how to turn my ass around and walk away because I am a positive vibes only person. However, if in the moment I need to do whatever and my ancestors say go, woo, baby, we're gonna go. So I am going places is your first affirmation. Your second affirmation is I am wealthy. I am wealthy is your second affirmation. Your third affirmation is I am a creative, wealthy genius. How about that? I am going places. I am wealthy. I am a creative, wealthy genius. How about that? How about that? Those are 3 affirmations. Those are the affirmations for the month of May. Every day. And if you want to apply the 369 method, every day, 369. When you wake up in the morning, say it 3 times. Every evening, say it 6 times. Right before you go to bed, say it 9 times. All 3 of those affirmations. If you want to, if it is your desire, you can apply the 369 method to it. Open the floodgates and let your well-being flow in. See yourself right where you are now as the beneficiary of the powerful stream of well-being. Try to imagine that you are basking in the flow of this powerful stream. confirmation verb. Make an effort to feel yourself as the leading edge beneficiary of this unlimited stream. And smile and try to accept that you are worthy of it. Now, I can't tell y'all what I see and what I'm thinking of right now. Because again, I have to see it for myself. But if you have your pen and paper, you can go ahead and write down. If it's something that you're desired to manifest in right now, grab your pen and paper and write it down. When you write your manifestations, it adds power to that manifestation. It helps you connect to the believing parts. It helps you connect to the deciding part. Because when you're trying to manifest the very first thing, you have two parts. You have a 1A and a 1B. 1A is you have to decide it. 1B is you have to believe it. Before you can even get to step 2, you have to be very concrete and rooted. Root chakra. Rooted into deciding and believing. So I'm going to write mine right here. And I gave you guys the 3 affirmations to use for the month of May. And if you desire, you can apply the 369 method to it. Hey, Granny O. Hey, Miss D. So let's see. Okay, so I will clue you guys in. I am an independent travel agent, and this is something new that I'm starting. But I'm into experiences. So I want to create experiences for people that are traveling to the city of Houston. And it's going to be geared more toward solo travelers. So if you're a solo traveler and you just don't know where to go, I want to help people with that experience, because I don't understand how people come to Houston and say the food was nasty and they didn't have a good time. But where did you go? Like, what was you at? Who was you with? What did you do? Huh? How was that possible? For me to move to Houston and say, oh, this is home. This is lit. This Houston is where it's at. Houston is where it's at, okay? Where you at, Miss D? So going back to the reading, open the floodgates and let your well-being flow in. See yourself right where you are now as the beneficiary of the powerful stream of well-being. Try to imagine that you are basking in the flow of this powerful stream. Make an effort to feel yourself as the leading edge beneficiary of this unlimited stream. And smile and try to accept that you are worthy of it. Your ability to feel your worthiness of the powerful stream of well-being will undoubtedly depend on what is happening in your life right now. Under some conditions, you feel utterly blessed, and under others, you feel not so blessed. And it is our desire that as you read this book, you will come to understand that to the degree you feel blessed and expect good things to flow to you, this indicates the level of your state of allowing. And to the degree that you do not feel blessed, where you do not expect good things to come to you, this indicates your degree of resistance. And it is our desire that as you continue to read, you will feel able to release any habits of thoughts that have resulted in your disallowing of the stream. We want you to understand that if it were not for resistant thoughts you have picked up along your physical trail that are not in vibrational alignment with the stream of well-being, you would be right now a full receiver of that stream, for you are a literal extension of it. Y'all get that? Do y'all get that? That's basically saying the only reason you don't have it is because you can't believe it. Once you can really believe it, you finish that step 1A and 1B, which is where you decide what it is you want to manifest, and you believe you can manifest it. you go to seeing yourself having it. And when I'm saying seeing, I mean you have to visualize. You have to really tap into that spiritual realm to say, yeah, that's mine. I can yeah. I already decided, I believe I can see that's mine. That's mine. Okay. And then you start to say it. So when you start speaking it, you're bringing it into existence, because life and death lies in the power of the tongue, right? Oh, Queen, we are reading Asking and Is Given. And this is Learning to Manifest Your Desires, by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And it's about the teachings of Abraham, which is basically teaching you the principles needed to manifest. And I'm trying to help everyone manifest their life they desire. I am their spiritual guide to help them manifest those things. So step 1A, well, Queen, I'm going to give you the 3 affirmations. These are the 3 affirmations to use for the month of May. Number 1 is, I am wealthy. Look, I don't forgot them. I should have wrote them down. Oh, no. It was I am wealthy. And M is spelled capital A, capital M. I am creative. And you can replace your I am affirmations if you want with whatever you choose to replace it with. But what I'm using, because again, I'm sharing my study time with you all. This is really my study time. This is when I pour into myself and I'm deciding to help other people. I'm gonna end up losing y'all over on TikTok because my battery is going dead. I'm so sorry. But y'all can jump on to the YouTube live. It's TOT Styles 2.0 over on YouTube. And then the third affirmation is, I am a wealthy, creative genius. And I'm actually writing it down, because writing down your affirmations as well as writing down what you are desiring to manifest, it gives it power. So remember, write the vision and make it plain. Thank you for the follow, Miss D. Hey, the real Virgo boy. Woo, 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 woo. What's up, boo? That's my Virgo twin, y'all. We Virgos. Okay, I am a wealthy, creative genius. See, my memory ain't that bad. Y'all see how that came back? It took a minute, but it came back. Better grab it. I like her videos. Okay, so again, open the floodgates and let your well-being flow in. See yourself right where you are now as the beneficiary of the powerful stream of well-being. Try to imagine that you are basking in the flow of this powerful stream. Make an effort to feel yourself as the leading edge beneficiary of this unlimited stream. And smile and try to accept that you are worthy of it. She worthy. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Your ability to feel your worthiness of the powerful stream of well-being will undoubtedly depend on what is happening in your life right now. Under some conditions, you feel utterly blessed, and under others, you feel not so blessed. And it is our desire that as you read this book, you will come to understand that to the degree you feel blessed and expect good things to flow to you, this indicates the level of your state of allowing. And to the degree that you do not feel blessed, where you do not expect good things to come to you, this indicates your degree of resistance. So that talks about the law of polarity, because what we are really tapping into is the laws of the universe. We're tapping into how to manifest, but it's really the laws of the universe, which are those God laws that everyone talks about, but they don't ever really tell you about them in church. Some pastors do, not all pastors. Some pastors just focus on the tie. Give us the tie. We just want the tie. Give up the tie. But they don't tell you how to be tapped in, tuned in, turned on. And I think a lot of them are doing this behind the scenes, and they're not bringing the information to their congregation. I think Creflo Dollar possibly was in the beginning, because I used to follow Creflo Dollar. But I think as time, when I've had so many spiritual teachers, and I tapped into the spiritual teaching, and I exited on the religion. So that means eat the meat, throw away the bone.
You're going to have people that's going to bring you stuff, but you have to take what resonates and you have to leave what doesn't. And I personally don't necessarily listen to what everyone says. I eat the meat and I throw away the bone. If it resonates, I'm going to go research and verify why was that for me. I'm not just going to take it because somebody said it. That means that's something I need to take down and research and verify and see why did that resonate with me, what made that connect to me. So that's when you're doing that shadow work. That's that powerful word everybody likes to talk about. You're doing the shadow work. When something resonates, you're supposed to start doing shadow work to verify why did that resonate, to find out what do I need to execute to elevate to the next level in my life. Those are all cues that are coming into you. When something resonates, verify why did that resonate with me. When something irritates you and ticks you off, that's a trigger. Verify, why is that a trigger of mine? Why do I do that? I realize there are some instances when people reach out to me, I automatically think I done did something wrong. And I'm like, why? With me being such a positive person, why do I think, like, why do I do that? And I had to realize it's from childhood trauma. It was childhood trauma. A lot of issues are always related back to childhood trauma, but as we become adults, we block those things that occurred in our childhood out. And then we start operating from out of our trauma. And then generally, we're like 30s and 40s before we're connecting to, hold on, I'm traumatized. I got PTSD. What? Because I was in a couple shootouts in a club. Like, that's and you gotta run back out in the guns to grab your sister from off the damn dance floor because she dancing so hard she don't hear the gunshots. Girl, what is wrong with you? But yes, though I have been traumatized in life by so many things. But I believe in manifestation. So when I decided to leave certain lifestyles, I started seeing my manifestations manifest in a different way. So I basically had the lifestyle I wanted back then, but I didn't like what came with it. I don't want it no more. So I had to start at level 1 and then continuously elevate upward to have the life that I desire, but it comes with peace. Ain't nothing like peace, baby. Ooh, come on, Holy Ghost. Okay, we want you to understand that if it were not for resistant thoughts you have picked up along your physical trail that are not in vibrational alignment with the stream of well-being, you would be right now a full receiver of that stream. For you are a little extension of it. So what was holding me back was my trust issues. And I had to deal with my trust issues. And I feel like I finally hit one head on. Because generally, I am not coming to nobody's house. Ain't finna do it. But I had to address that trust issue. And when I did, I had a great time. I enjoyed it. Not on one, but 2 occasions. 2 occasions. So this is me being transparent and stepping out of my comfort zone, out of my box. Because if I'm trying to manifest something, I have to put the action with it. You can't just talk and then not make movement. You got to move toward that thing if you really want it. Because it's not going to come to, a lot of people think manifestation come like this. Like it's just going to fall from the sky. No, you have to move towards it. And as you move towards it, you'll start noticing when you're closer to it. And then you're going to be up on that thing. That's how manifestation works. You have to put in the work to elevate to your manifestation. Your manifestation is not going to come down to your level. You have to elevate up to the manifestation. When you're setting goals, you have to do things to reach those goals. Consider those goals manifestations. People that graduated high school and said, I'm going to go to college and become a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, a social worker, or whatever they decided, they had to elevate up to that level, which means they had to first what? Graduate high school. You had to graduate high school first in order to reach that monumental goal that you were desiring to manifest. And then once you finish that, you was like, okay, what's next? Well, you can't wait till you finish. You got to start manifesting while you in it. So what I'm doing within what I did within the first quarter of 2024, I was doing research and manifesting what I want 2024 to look like for me. This is what I want by the end of 2024. This is what I'm desiring to do. So I have to put that into play. But that's all part of my 10-year plan of what do I want it to look like if I live to my 60s, what do I want that to look like for me? And then I had to break that all the way down into bite-sized pieces, which is 30 Days to Impact, which is the life coaching program to help you get your life together. Because sometimes we are the problem. It's not other people. Sometimes it's us, but no one is willing to be truthful and honest to tell us, baby, it's you. You the problem. This is why these things are not coming the way you desire for them to come. And I had to realize, oh, it's me. And now I got a fish on the line. I'm like, I have to reel that one in. Okay, now. So you and how you feel are all that is responsible for whether you let in your inheritance of well-being or not. And while those around you may influence you more or less to allow or not allow that stream, it is ultimately all up to you. You can open the floodgates and let in your well-being, or you can choose thoughts that keep you pinched off from what is yours. But whether you allow it or resist it, the stream is constantly flowing to you, never ending, never tiring, always there for your reconsideration. Which means once you've asked for it, all you need to do is keep walking toward it. And if you change your mind, okay. But if you ever reconsider it, it's already sitting here for you. Look at God. So again, the 3 affirmations for the month of May, and I'm starting my affirmations 2 days, so saying it 3 times in the morning. I'm choosing to apply the 3-6-9 method 6 times in the evening, 9 times right before I go to bed. I am wealthy. I am creative. I am a wealthy, creative genius. Because when I tell y'all, I got something up my sleeve. When I tell you I'm not going to say if, when this is executed, and it will be, it's going to be fire. Do y'all hear me? I am putting some ching together. Okay? So you are in the perfect position to get there from here. 3 affirmations. I am wealthy. I am creative. I am a wealthy, creative genius. And M is spelled capital A, capital M. I am wealthy. I am creative. I am a wealthy, creative genius. You are in the perfect position to get there from here. Nothing has to change in your environment or in the circumstances that surround you for you to begin to deliberately allow your own connection to the stream of well-being. You could be in prison. You could have been diagnosed with a terminal illness. You could be facing bankruptcy. Or you could be in the middle of a divorce. Still, you are in the perfect place right now to begin. And we also want you to understand that this will not require a great deal of time, for it only requires a simple understanding of the universal laws and a determination to move toward a state of allowing. So y'all ever heard that saying, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it has equated to me, do you really want it? Do you really want it? Are you willing to allow it to come in? So if you are allowing it to come in, then you really want it. You don't have to say how bad do you want it. The question should be, do you really want it? Because if you want it, you're going to do what you need to do. But when you say how bad do you want it, you're willing to do anything. Which means it may not be for your highest and greatest good. But when you say, do you want it, you can walk away with it and be okay with not having it. Like for me this past week, I walked away from an opportunity that could have given me an easily additional $50,000 to $60,000 a year. Easily. But I had to say, do you really want it? Are you willing to exchange what you have for that? And I don't exchange my time for money. And I work from home. So I would have been exchanging my time for money because it would have required me to go back to a time where I had to look at, I got to be in the office by 8 o'clock. I got to get dressed by a certain time. I got to get on the interstate by a certain time. I got to drive. I got to park. I have anxiety. Nah, I want it that bad. I'm good. Money is never my motivating factor in life. It never has been and it never will be. Never has been and it never will be. My purpose is my motivating factor. It used to be my kids because my kids were my purpose, but they're grown now. So now what you doing it for? For me. For me and for my kids, the legacy I leave to my kids and my grandkids. That's what I'm doing it for. I'm really considering making my grandkids trust fund babies. I think that would be just so awesome, which would mean my generation would be the first generation of trust fund kids, and I would be able to set it up where there's enough left for future generations where they can't piss it all away. I think that is awesome. Hey, Miss Trending at the moment. I said Miss, but I don't even know, and I'm gonna say most trending at the moment. Um, but just imagine that if that would truly be my ancestors' wildest dreams. By the age of 60, I want to own, meaning I want to outrightly own, have paid off completely a total of 100 acres of land. I am currently at 22.33 acres into that. But to have that paid off before I turn 60 and to be able to leave land to my kids where they can decide to sell the land or build on the land. And then for my grandkids to be trust fund babies because they would, I think that's dope. I need a financial advisor. I need somebody to help me plan this thing out because this is what life is like for me. So we are going into the very last chapter of our reading of Asking It Is Given, Learning to Manifest Your Desires by Esther and Jerry Hicks. The Teachings of Abraham. When you drive your vehicle from place to place, you have an awareness of your starting place as well as an awareness of where you are going. I'm going to read that again for the people in the back. When you drive your vehicle from place to place, you have an awareness of your starting place as well as an awareness of where you are going. Where are you going? What are you trying to manifest? You know where you're at now, but where do you want to be? What's your desired outlook at this time? Take a moment and just meditate on that to think about, where do I see myself 10 years from now? I'm going to walk you guys through how I set up what I'm trying to manifest. 10 years from now, where do I want to be? What do I want that to look like for me? Ask yourself that. And when I asked myself that, I had to take a step back and say, well, where am I now? Where am I now? I know where I want to be in 10 years, but where am I now? This is walking you through the steps of how to manifest. So I had to realize currently I'm living in a high rise. I own no real estate. I'm ready to retire, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing. And I'm living life. But I'm still single. But I'm an empty nester. Where do I see myself in 10 years? How does where I'm at now connect in to where I'm at 10 years? Did I put enough out there when I made that 10-year decision that I wanted to manifest? My 10-year decision was just 100 acres of land. That was it. I want to have 100 acres of land by the time I'm 60. And I walked off and left it there. And I said, okay, we're going to start it. So I started researching land. I'm researching land. I'm researching land. But I already knew, okay, I'm in a high rise. I'm doing pretty all right. I'm empty nest, everything cool. It's great. I'm good. I'm good where I'm at. I think I'm living this high rise for 3 years. 3 years. I see myself being here for 3 years. In the 3 years that I'm here, I'm going to just be accumulating and buying and purchasing land. Started looking at property. Boom, 20 acres purchased. I don't own it outright, but I'm making, I did my down payment. I'm making my payments. 20 acres. Kept looking at property, kept looking at property. Boom, 0.33 acres. Okay. I put my money down. I'm making my payments. So I don't own it outright. So right now I have 20.33 acres I need to pay off because by the time I turn 60, I want to own all 100 acres with nothing due on them. Which means those are, when I die, this is who get these acres. This is what I'm giving you. I never purchased a house, but I'm gonna purchase some land. Bad dirt, find the one you can't live without. Y'all know that song? I love that song. Oh my God. I want to say it's Tim McGraw that sing it. I love country music, but I'm buying dirt. I'm buying. We just lost TikTok, so these words that's remaining is only for YouTube, which is my selected audience. Even though I spread myself across social media platforms, this is my platform of choice in this season of my life. So I thank you all for joining me. Thank you. So I knew where I was at, but then as time went on, there's new rockets of desires I had to keep putting out because I was like, hey, my therapist is challenging me to start making more male friends, and now he's made me think, well, do I really want a relationship? Do I really want a significant other? I had to think through all of that, and I'm like, I don't know. So I'm consistently, consciously making decisions, but these decisions are all connected to what I'm planning to manifest by the time I turn 60. So when you get in your car, you don't just, I don't know where I'm going. When you get in your car, you know where you're at and you know where you want to go, but you have to map out how you're going to get to that destination. So when you're manifesting, you're going to determine where I want to go. So say, for example, you're sitting at home and you say, you know what? I'm a little bored. I think I'm going to go to Target. You're not even going to Target for anything specific. You're just going to Target. I'm going to go to Target. And you go to Target and you end up in Target and you get a cart, and next thing you know, you done purchased all this stuff, and then you get home and then you start saying, why did I buy that? Why did I even get this? You didn't map it out correctly. So that's how you can do a very inaccurate, very jumbled manifestation. And then you start wondering why all this stuff is coming in. It's because you didn't map it out. You didn't sit down and meditate and get it together. So take that example versus you're at home and you say, you know what? I really want a cup of Starbucks. And I want to go get it from Target. Let me go to Target and get my Starbucks. Now you get to Target, you mapped out, you know you're going directly to Starbucks. I.e., I knew I wanted to have the land. I'm giving a correlation here. And I knew how much land I wanted to have. So you've already decided you wanted a grande coffee, but you don't know what flavor. Because now you're going back home like, what made me want a Starbucks? So now I don't necessarily I want my 100 acres to be any particular place. I want to purchase them throughout the country. Like, let me just have them some everywhere. So you're looking at the menu. So now I'm researching all these different places. Well, what's a good place to purchase land right now? And I'm just adding to my portfolio. You make your decision, you get your Starbucks, you start driving back home. Or this is going deeper into your manifestation. You get your Starbucks and you look and see, you know what? I'm already in Target. Let me go ahead and let me see what's in here. And you start walking around and you start thinking, and as you're thinking, you're realizing, oh, I forgot I needed some dish detergent. Well, you're already there, so you can grab it. When you're manifesting and you're starting to piece these things together, you're like, oh, I didn't really think about that. Do I want that? Yeah. Let me see what would that look like. Yeah. That's pretty much how you're doing it. So you're first you're deciding and you're believing. Then you're seeing, which means you're visualizing. So say, for example, you're in Target and you decide, I think I want to change how the bathroom looks. And you're not ready to do it right then, but you can at least go window shop and see, well, let me see what are my options. So when you're visualizing, you're starting to see how would I really want to set this up? How would I want to set this up? Y'all see the difference already from being at home and just going to Target and you just in there just and you wonder why did I get all this stuff? Let's say for example in that first one, you purchase all this stuff for the bathroom, then you get home and you look at your bathroom, it's like, why did I buy this? Like my bathroom's fine. I don't even want all of this. I don't want to do the work. Now you have to go back to Target, right? That's a karmic cycle. When you keep making the same decision and you're wondering, why did I do that? That's the question that you need to stop and do the shadow work to identify, why did I do that, to break the karmic cycle. So now you're in Target and you're looking at all this different bathware stuff and you're like, you know what, my current bathroom is kind of like in a black and gold, but I want a little pop of color. But what color do I want? So you start looking at all these different options. You're like, oh, this is cute. Okay, this is cute. So you're starting to visualize it in your bathroom. And then you say, okay, let me go pay for my dish detergent and drink my Starbucks, and I'm going to go home. You get home, you start doing other little things, and then you start saying, wait, let me go look at this bathroom. And you go look at your bathroom, and you're looking at your black and gold. You're like, yeah, I like this. But what made me want a little pop of color? And so you keep thinking about it. So then you start visualizing black and gold with a pop of color. And then you start visualizing just switching everything out completely. And you keep visualizing. And you make a conscious decision. I'm going to change it. So now you are back in your manifestation process. So now you have really decided and you really believe it. And now you're starting to visualize from all that stuff you looked at, well, what do I really want? And then you say, oh, that's the one. Those are the colors. But then instead of going right back to Target, you say, well, let me look online and see what else is out there. So you start looking at all this stuff online. And you come across this bomb designer one. And you're looking on Nordstrom's and it's kind of expensive. And you're like, oh, that's cute, but it's kind of high. That's the moment that you have to decide, believe, and visualize. You know what? I want this, and I know it costs a little bit of money, but I know I'm gonna make it happen. So then you start to say it. When you start saying it, you're putting currency on it. Okay, you put money on it. Power lies in the tongue. Life, thank you. Life and death lies in the power of the tongue, but negative energy and positive energy lies in the power of the tongue. And if you are manifesting positivity with good to all and harm to none, it's gonna come in. So it's like, okay, and you already know how much you start putting the financials together, and you was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this. And then you start trying to identify when you can purchase it, and then boom, before you know it, you got it. Thank you, thank you. You actually have it. So that's how you manifest. You decide, 1A, you believe, 1B. Step 1 of manifesting is a 2-step process. Oh, thank you. I actually just got it locked up. So it's still doing this little lock thing, but thank you. Step 2 is you actually seeing it. You visualizing it. And that's how you really get that, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. That's when you start seeing it for yourself. And if you can see it, you can believe it. So now that you've decided it and you really believe it and you see it, so you really, really believe it, you start seeing it. And when you start seeing it, no devil in hell can come and make you think this is not going to happen. Whatever. Just see. Just sit back and watch. Thank you. I love Miss Travis Scott. Hey, boo. Hey, boo. Hey. So then you get the feeling of it. And once you have the feeling of it, that's when the manifestation comes in. it comes in like, phew, like a breath of fresh air. And we have one more chapter that we're about to read. Again, we're reading Asking It Is Given, the Learning to Manifest Your Desires. This is from Esther and Jerry Hicks, and it's the teachings of Abraham. The 3 affirmations for the month of May, and you can choose to use the 369 methods. Number 1 is I am wealthy. Number 2 is I am creative, and M is spelled capital A, capital M. I am, because you're saying it with what's the word I want to use? Confidence. You're saying it with confidence. I am creative. I am wealthy. I am a wealthy, creative genius. And once you believe that for yourself, can't nobody come tell you nothing different. It's like, whatever. And if people leave, it's because they weren't meant to be on, I'm hearing the show. They were not meant to be a part of the journey in that moment. So the ones that are supposed to be there will come, and the ones that are not supposed to be there will go. And that's how your whole life experience will go. I say the prayer all the time, God, bring all the people into my life that I need in my life that's for my highest and greatest good. And for those not for my highest and greatest good, please take them away. And honey, people be dropping like flies. Boom, 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 boom. That's why my circle stays small. And I'm okay with that. So we're going to go ahead. And this it says, you do not announce your inability to accomplish your journey. Y'all hear this? You do not announce your inability to accomplish your journey. You accept the distance between your starting place and where you desire to be, and you continue to move in the direction of your destination. You understand what is required and you do it. And we want you to come to know that the journey between where you are and where you want to be on all subjects can be just as easily understood. Oh, that was good. That was good. Okay, so chapter 8 is going to be on you are a vibrational transmitter and receiver. Again, I cannot promise that I'm necessarily going to read every chapter of this book on the live to allow you all to experience me and my life journey. Chapter 6, I did read silently, which I'm kind of glad I did, because it was a lot of retrospection that I had to do in that area. And again, some things you don't want to necessarily say out loud. Like in today's reading, there were some downloads that I received that it's not time for me to say it out loud because I need to first decide and believe it for myself. And I need to be able to see it for myself before I can start speaking it into existence. So I practice all these things that I actually use. Thank you for the love, Travis. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So that concludes today's reading. Now I was gonna go on here, stay on here to cause my locks is looking a little. But she said I need to do my edges, but I got see like this one right here. I don't. It ain't really twisted, and then maybe I should just leave that alone. I was gonna do something to that one, and I had this one over here too. But maybe that's what's giving it such a unique look. So maybe I'm gonna leave them alone, and I'll just. I don't know about these edges though, child. We're gonna try to do something with these edges. And this is actually my product. I'm always starting stuff and doing stuff, but I personally feel like sometimes when I do stuff, I don't have enough confidence in myself to actually promote it. But when I worked as a hairstylist, it's stuff I was using on my clients, and they didn't know I was mixing these concoctions up. Especially when it came to like different hair conditioners and stuff for their hair to help their hair grow and to repair it and stuff. And I just don't know if I'm about to be going back into the hair world or honey, we still in prayer and supplication on that one, okay? That's all I can say. But I'm gonna try to do my edges. I really don't plan on going nowhere today. I might get up and go to the church house. We'll see. We will see. Hey, it's Hannah. I appreciate y'all for the comments and the engagement, because a lot of times if I'm on here, I can't see who's there. So I appreciate that. And I'm still learning YouTube a little bit as I continue to grow, 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 grow. Ah. So did y'all enjoy today's reading? What's it enjoyable? I got a lot out of that. And I haven't been reading the Kabbalion with y'all, but how about I woke up out of my sleep and I was like, my son was in there listening to the Kabbalion. In his sleep, I said, oh, he don't know his life about to change, baby. He about to elevate so high. Because the Kabbalion is a true manifestation, in my opinion, when I started reading the Kabbalion. I got the workbook right here. It's truly, I think everybody that teaches the law of the universe, this is the basis. Like, this is the Hermetic teachings. And I have the workbook. So this is the Kabbalion workbook. It's mastering the 7 Hermetic principles. And it's a step-by-step guide to understanding and applying the life-changing teachings of the Kabbalion. And I have the Kabbalion. So I have both of them. If you want to purchase one, I have these available for purchase. But I've been working on this right here by myself. I haven't been doing this on the live. And the last chapter I read was the 3rd principle, which is vibration, which we were talking about in today's reading that we did of chapter 7 on asking it is given. And I stopped at the journal questions. And the first question says, how does the vibration concept affect my daily life? Is it visible in my thoughts, emotions, and actions? And I didn't necessarily write anything right there, because when I was doing it, I was trying to, I kept just thinking like, well, how is it? How does it? And I realized, because I only connect to positive vibes. So that's how I control a lot of different stuff, because I pick up on people's energetic fields. And I'm kind of happy that I have the ability to do that, because sometimes people can come, guys, like they really are there for you and wanting to help you, but they have ulterior motives. And I'm so transparent to the point where I told this guy, look, if you're trying to date me, but if you're just trying to hit, just say that. Because I'm that transparent where I can go ahead and let you know that you can keep it moving. Like, you ain't got to waste your time, bro. But I don't know. We gonna see. Because sometimes maybe that's what females need. You don't necessarily need a full-time boo. I don't know. The verdict ain't in on that yet. I think I want a full-time one, though. I think I'm ready. And it's very rarely do I come across somebody that I actually like. When I tell you that almost never happens. I always got people liking me, but me liking people, not so much. Okay. All right. That's my edges, y'all. I'm going to put this little thing on. Put on my little, this got what you call them on it. It got the glue on it from the wig. I don't want to put that on now. Don't want to add that one. I have been live for, almost 130 minutes. That's over 2 hours, people. I be trying to do math real fast in my head. So I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this so it ends right at 130. I love y'all.